All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahshai. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, because those are the men I learned this truth from through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahshai. Yahweh is the true name of the God of Israel. Yahweh Shai is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, but his one and only true name is Yahweh Shai. And pretty much, you got this guy, Kyrie Irving. He's a well-known point guard in the NBA. He's pretty much in his sneaker. It has a GPS tracker in it. An RFID chip implant, and that's not a coincidence. And I'm gonna show you this article. Now, it says Kyrie Irving debut signature shoe inspired by RFID chip implants. Government secretly implants in a synthesized patients. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but who cares? So it says, claiming he wanted a sneaker that reflected his deepest passions, NBA star Kyrie Irving held a press conference Friday to debut his new Nike Kyrie 7 signature shoe, modeled after the RFID chips the government implants in the brains of every citizen who gets anesthetized. It says, I really wanted a design that speaks to how the government is slowly taking over our minds through intrusive thoughts that are telegraphed into our brains with implanted microchips, said the Nets point guard, who revealed the engineers work around the clock testing the hidden GPS tracker in the sole, which monitors not only the wearer's locations, but all their vital signs and transmits the information back to Nike headquarters. Why? See, this is the thing. These NBA players, all of them are puppets, for the elites. When I say elites, I'm talking about the Zionist regime. I'm talking about the central bankers and these different, people that own these NBA teams. They're puppets. All the players are puppets. It doesn't matter the status and fame and fortune that these NBA celebrities have. They still could be controlled, just like Kyrie Irving. You think it's a coincidence that they want to take his shoe out of all shoes and put a tracker device in there? Come on, because this is the goal of the New World Order. Every single shoe has a small interior inscription of all-seeing eye. So yeah, they got an all-seeing eye on the shoe, which we know what that represents. The all-seeing eye, dealing with masonry. I'm not really gonna go into it, but pretty much, for these people to become 33rd degree Masons, they have to have sex with a little boy. The eye in the triangle, it represents homosexuality. That's pretty much what it means. So on his shoe, you have the all-seeing eye on there, that you got a GPS tracker device. Now, they know what they're doing. This sneaker is like a test run. They want to see how Israelites, so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian men, women, and children, how they're going to react to this sneaker. Surrounded by Volos Council's signature phrase, Sumus Ubuku. I'm probably not pronouncing that right either, but it says, I just hope kids will read this shoe and get a little understanding of the forces that control our every action without us even knowing. At press time, the success of the shoe had inspired Irving to explore similar sponsorships, including a Gatorade brand chemtrail athlete mist and warm-up gear modeled after the flight attendant uniforms on Malaysian Airlines Flight 370. All right, so this is what the government wants, and there's going to be a global economic collapse in all these countries. Now, in order for all these countries to get rid of their debt, they got to come up with an entirely new system. And that's where the RFID chip implant is going to come into play at. Because all these nations, they're going to be in agreement with each other to chip their citizens. So I'm just going to read this in the Bible. This is Revelation 13 and 16. And he calls of all, the he that calls of all is the central bankers, which are the true descendants of Edomites. The so-called white man seed are the true descendants of Esau, Edom. And this is their goal. They want to be like the God of Israel. This is why they create robots. They can't create a human spirit. So the next best thing that they can do is create, cyborgs and just robots in general. That's why you got something called Boston Dynamics, where you got a robot that's imitating, human emotion and characteristics. So it says, and he calls of all, meaning a day is going to come where all countries are going to microchip their citizens, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. You go into the word mark. It's Strong's G 5480, which is Karagma, says a stamp and a printed mark. So something that's imprinted into you, it goes inside of your skin. And that's how the RFID chip implant procedure, that's how it's done. It's a subdermal implant. You go into the root word of Karagma, which is Karak, Strong G 5482. It's going to say pale stick or palisade, referring to the needle that's used to inject the RFID chip implant inside of your skin. So this is what John the Revelator seen. A lot of you people that have a problem with the Bible, pretty much your argument is, well, it doesn't say RFID chip implant in there. Yeah, the Bible doesn't say a lot of things with modern names in it. Why? Because these phrases and the way how we talk now is different from 2,000 years ago, with John the Revelator and other prophets seeing things. They don't have the modern vocabulary to jot down, oh, in this vision, I'm looking at an RFID chip implant. They couldn't put that. They had to put mark there. And it was up to us, the elect of the nation of Israel, to decipher what these different prophets were seeing. You go into the root word of Karax, which is Strong's G 1125, is grapho, which it says to store information on a specific type of material. And all your information, as well as the money, is going to be stored on this chip. Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell. So, yeah, the RFID chip implant does deal with buying and selling, because all your information could be encrypted onto this device that's going to be inside of your skin. And everybody is not going to get this chip. You're going to have people that's going to be beheaded for their testimony and their faith in the Lord, Yahweh Shai, and not receive this chip, according to Revelation 20 and 4. It says, save he that have the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for there is a number of a man, and his number is 603 score and 6, which in the Greek that translates to what? Chi size stigma, which is 616 6. Now let's read the judgment if you take this chip. This is Revelation 14 and 9. It says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast, which the beast is the ancient Roman Empire, but we understand the ancient Roman Empire was destroyed, and it came back through a document and treaty called the Treaty of Rome, which the ancient Roman Empire came back in the forms of America and the European Union, because America and the European Union are extensions of the ancient Roman Empire. Because America and the European Union, their system, the way how they run their government, is based off of the ancient Roman Empire, because it's the same people that started that empire, the Roman Empire, and it's the same people that's ruling now, which are Edomites, the so-called white race, right? So it says, if any man worship the beast and his image, the image goes back to the setup of the ancient Roman Empire, which America and the European Union incorporates worldwide. Why? Because it's the same people that was ruling back then. It says, but the image now is going to be referring to the New World Order. And ultimately, if you bow down to his system, the New World Order, his agenda, you will what? Receive his mark in his right, in his forehead or in his hand. So if you get the chip in your left or your right hand, doesn't matter. If you get it anywhere in your body, you're receiving it, and you're going to get the judgment written, which I'm about to read. Verse 10, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. So you're going to get the full extent of the Lord's wrath. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone, the prince of the holy angels, and in the presence of the Lamb. So if you get this chip, you will be destroyed, according to Revelation 16:2, by the thermonuclear missiles, which the thermonuclear missiles are prophesied in the Bible. And the ones of you that somehow survived the thermonuclear missiles, you'll be destroyed by the Lord when he comes back, in which the government is going to call an alien invasion, which is just Yahushua and the angels coming back to deliver the elect of the nation of Israel, as prophesied in Matthew chapter 24, verses 30 to 31. And he's going to come and he's going to take you heathen nations out of power when he comes back. So hopefully this was edifying. Understand that, the so-called white man, he's done this all throughout slavery. All right, this is what he does. He's going to use these celebrities and something called celebrity branding to push his agenda. And Kyrie Irving is the puppet that is one of the puppets that he's going to use. Don't be surprised if more sneakers start coming out with RFID chip implants inside them, or quote-unquote GPS tracking devices. Don't be surprised. See, they got something called controlled opposition, or something called auto-FKO, where they start the problem and then they have like their solution. Always remember, the devil is behind these quote-unquote woke celebrities. Because Kyrie Irving, he'll make it seem like, I'm only making the shoe, or the design and the purpose of the shoe having chips in it is to reflect how the government is taking over our minds. Nah, that's not what it is. You making the shoe because the so-called white man wants you to make that shoe. And he's starting to push his agenda because he has a 2030 agenda. But we know before that he's going to try and implement it. So don't be fooled by these celebrities. Shalom.